can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm advising you not to spend money on a new fuzz pedal because there is a world of untapped potential tones inside the fuzz pedals you already have. And to unlock that potential, all you need to do is not give your pedal the 9 volts that it requires. This is called sagging. And in this video, I'm going to sag all of these fuzz pedals. It's an experiment, but I hope to find out which ones sound even better when you give them less voltage, which ones don't work at all maybe, and which ones sound rubbish the entire way through the video. Before we start, a word of warning. Any modifications to any piece of gear, and that includes undervolting, can void the manufacturer's warranty. And for that reason, I recommend that you do not try this at home. You can sag pedals by using a 9-volt battery that's been partially drained. And there are some famous guitar players that are alleged to keep a stock of partially drained batteries because they prefer a slightly sagged fuzz pedal, for example. In this video though, I'm going to be sagging the pedals using this from Harley Benton, the PowerPlant ISO 3AC Sag Modular Power Supply. It's got 5 isolated outputs, 2 that run from 4 to 9 volts at 500 milliamps, 2 that run from 6 to 18 volts at 500 milliamps, and 1 12-volt output that can give you 1000 milliamps. It's also got this mains cable output so you can daisy chain more power supplies or use that to power something like a Kemper. So it seems well spec'd, but the fun stuff are these knobs on top. I've put chapters in this video so you can skip through if you don't want to hear certain fuzz pedals, and I will get to them very soon, but first, some science. I've got my multimeter here, and this is going into the left power output. So I've got that there. I'm going to stick that in there and see how many volts it's giving us. Actually, it's giving us 9.37 volts at that maximum. And as I turn this dial, it reduces to all the way down to 4.47 volts. So it's not exactly the 4 to 9 that it says it is. Well, that's assuming that my multimeter is correctly calibrated. And then let's do the second one as well. That is 9.6. Oh, 9.06, I beg your pardon. And then that goes down to 4.46. So we're not looking at exactly 9 to 4 volts, but for simplicity's sake, let's say 9 to 4 volts for the remainder of the video. I'm going to use the trusty Ibanez FRM300, Paul Gilbert's signature model, and I'm going to use the Sheriff 25 from Victory, a Plexi-style amp. I don't really know what to expect from now on in, but we're going to have some fun with fuzz pedals. So if you enjoy fuzz pedals, then stick around. If you don't, then what are you doing here? Just leave me a nasty comment and go watch something else, probably with John Mayer in the thumbnail. I'm going to kick off with the pedal that started my addiction, and that is the Big Muff Pi from Electro Harmonics. But first, the amp on its own. Okay, so we're in the second output, because this is the one that was closest to 9 and 4, and this is 9 volts. Okay, very recognizable tone. Let's drop that down to about 7 volts. So this is kind of a dying battery. The main difference I'm hearing is a volume drop. And a bit warmer, so maybe some more top rolled off. Back to 9 volts. Yeah, okay, so if you sag a Big Muff Pi, you lose some volume and you lose some top end. I don't think that does much greatness to the Big Muff Pi. This is not my favorite fuzz pedal by far. It was just the first one. So I'm glad that we've done it, but it's time to move on. Let's move on to something that I know that I love. Possibly the best budget fuzz pedal ever released, at least one of my favorites, the Superfuzz SF300 from Behringer. 9 volts on Fuzz 1. It's just brilliant. It's already gated. Let's cut it down to about 7. Again, it's darker. It's spittier. Let's get down to about 5. I'm feeling like I need more gain there. I'm losing gain, so I'm gonna keep it the same, but keep dropping voltage. This is 4 volts-ish. Yeah, so it's dropped right out, really, and the light's gone off as well. Let's push that gain up and see what happens. I'm telling you now, if you have a Behringer SF300, get this power supply and sag this bad boy. That is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant mod that you can do. This in down tuning is going to sound phenomenal. If you have an SF300, get this power supply. If you don't have either, get both. Still not going to cost you $100, which is ridiculous. Right, next one. Let's go for my least favorite fuzz of all time, the Satisfaction by Electro-Harmonix. It's just horrible, but let's see if we can make it either worse or better with about 7 volts. Not much change so far. A serious volume drop, nothing better so far. Okay, there's something there. That's made it better. At 4 volts, that's a tone that you could have in your recording arsenal. It's a serious volume drop, though. The Satisfaction is still, in my opinion, absolute rubbish. Let's go for something that a colleague of mine loves and enjoys. A dear friend, Ryan Burke of 60 Cycle Hum, the Cuvave And this is the actual Cuvave that featured on the 𝗬𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗏 channel. He gave it to me, and I'm yet to give it to someone else because I like it. Right, back up to 9 volts. Cuvave time. It's already misbehaving. The problem with this video is that it's going to be so long because I just love fuzz so much. Let's sag that bad boy and see if it misbehaves even more. Oh! Dies completely. I want to spend more time with this, but we have to get through all these pedals. However, that is already mental to begin with, and I think there's a lot of space for craziness with some sagging on that Cuvave Fuzz. I don't know. I don't know. It's already kind of sagged and spitty. Right, let's do the Octahive from Beetronics. That's already stupid. I love it. All right, let's sag a pedal that's already heavily misbehaving. 7 volts. Some of you are going to love that. I love that. My goodness. What a wonderfully Velcro-y gated tone. That is wonderful in a way that it was already nutso and I already loved it. That's just like put an extra I don't know, 1,000 points on it. I enjoy that very much. That's a super Velcro-y one. Let's go the other end of the financial scale to the Tonebender TB2W from Boss and Solar Sound, London. So this is quite an expensive pedal if you go to the wrong place. This already has a sagging switch on it. This is at 9 volts or 7 volts or 12 volts. We can go up in voltage on this one. Let's keep it on 9 for now. Drop that voltage, about 7 volts. Oh, it's died. Really thought I'd killed it. It's died, but there. That's interesting. What if I push 12 volts on there? Is it going to come back? No. I've killed the Tonebender. It does not go down. That's odd. That's just over 6.5 volts. Anything below that, it doesn't like. It's just there at 6.5 volts, or 6.6. I'm not going to stick with that one any longer. The Tone Bender from Boss and Solar Sound does not like to be sagged unless you're sagging it with the included switchy switch. Carefully place that one. That would cost a lot of money. Let's do something topical. The Lizard Queen from Electro Harmonics and JHS. This is an octave pedal that I've not played yet. So we're going to start at 9 volts. Going to kick it in. Hopefully it's going to make some sound. Ah. 7 volts. Darker. Volume drop and dark. Let's go to 4 volts. This is doing that spongy thing that people talk about all the time. This is doing that sort of wants to get away from you but stays with you. I think that really benefited from about 7 volts. I sound like such a nerd. Yeah, all right. I need to spend more time with the Lizard Queen, but that, around 7 volts, sounds absolutely hunky-dory. I'm running out of places to put fuzz pedals. Let's go for the Carcosa from DOD. I know why people love this fuzz pedal now. That's instantly just brilliant. And if you're up for the information, I think better than the Lizard Queen doing a similar thing. But it's a sub-octave, right? Anyway, regardless. It's a great pedal. Let's sag it. That one does fine with sagging. It doesn't seem to want to spit at all or cut out. It just seems to want to sound great on every single voltage. I wonder if, I think it was Tom Cram that developed this pedal. I wonder if Tom or the guys at DOD actually did this, because it sounds brilliant the whole way through. Very, very Carcosa-y. Keeps its character, just changes ever so much. Running out of fuzz pedals place. Let's go for the Erupter. Right, 9 volts. It sounds like this with maximum knobbage. So that's a bias, so maybe this is just going to do the same thing. 7 volts. This is great if you like Super Mario. Bringing that bias down, dropping the voltage gives you instant sort of choppy, bitty 8-bit stuff. I gotta stop. Sorry. I could do that for a while. That with a bunch of reverb and some delay. Imagine that. Erupter works wonderfully when being sagged. Let's do Russian Big Muff, which is not as good as I remember it either. I remember playing this at Gear Street, and it didn't perform as well as I remembered it or thought it would. Get to 9 volts. Okay, that's how it sounds. Let's sag it. 7-ish. Getting creamier, but it's getting weaker as the other Big Muffs did. Don't like it. I don't think that lends itself well to sagging. I'm starting to think that 7 volts might be the new 9 volts. Let's go for FZ1 from Boss, which is one of my favorite fuzz pedals of all time. Very underrated, and I think better than the tone bender thing. So if you can't get hold of a tone bender, this doesn't sound like a tone bender, but it is a Boss pedal that is a phenomenal fuzz. Right, back to 9 volts. If there's such a thing as a transparent fuzz, this is it. Kind of Queens of the Stone Age-y. Yeah, that's the kind of riffage I'm getting from it. Okay, let's drop some voltage. I'm losing some power now. I can feel that I'm trying to bring that energy back. It's still there. There's still a lot of power there. I haven't touched the volume or anything. But let's touch the fuzz. I think that's the first pedal that's not changed that much depending on the voltage. So yeah, that's still retaining. I think the Carcosa also. So this and the Carcosa retain the essence of what make them what they are without changing the character too much. But there is a change, but it's not as heavy as it was in other pedals. Right, I could stay with that pedal for a while, but I'm not going to. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Field Marshal from Thorpy FX, which is the big cheese. What a great, thick fuzz tone. Mode. I think that's the thickest, but possibly the loudest. Let's take the volume down a bit. I think I found a new favorite fuzz. That is phenomenal. No, I haven't even done the sagging yet. 7 volts ish. Oh. All right, it goes down to there. We haven't gone down to 4 yet. I'm missing a few notes. All right, let's fiddle around. Oh, I've killed it. All right, it doesn't like 4 volts, but it does nicely at just under 6. Non-sagging, that's possibly my favorite fuzz pedal of the bunch so far, which is saying something. Maybe the Behringer is the best bang for buck, I think, but that's a great sound. This is from 1980 something, so it's not a modern one by far. It's one of, I don't want to say originals, but yeah, it's one of the ones that people covet. Okay, rat at 9, rat at 7. I like that. Nothing's changing, or sorry, very little is changing. I was expecting to kill the rats, and I haven't. It's duller. It seems to have a similar amount of power, but just duller. All of these wonderful and terrible sounds were made possible by this, the ISO 3AC SAG modular power supply from Harley Benton. This is coming in at around, or just under $70. And not only can you sag with it, you can also just, power normal pedals. You don't have to sag. A quick review of this, I guess. If you want to sag and want to play around with that, it's kind of hard to twiddle with these little knobs, but that makes it a good thing if you don't want it to be changed whilst it's under your pedal board. If you want to set and forget, it works. If you want to fiddle around like I've been doing in this video, you've got to make sure you got some good grippy nails, which I don't really have. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, no noise, no problems, fairly lightweight and slim. Sounds like a good power supply to me. Definitely the most fuzz pedals I've ever put in a video, and some of the most fun and most challenging as well. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything, and make sure you comment down below to let me know which fuzz pedal was your favorite. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.